A major change has been happening in the world economy, and I mean, of course, Indian economy has also followed suit. And that is the importance of companies which do not manufacture anything. So if you take the top 5 companies in S&P, it's very funny, but what their first is of course Apple, which is supposed to be in information technology. Second is Microsoft, which is again in information technology. Third is Facebook, which to all our minds is information technology, but it is classified as a consumer staples, right, or a consumer discretionary and staples and all those things. Full array, so really difficult to put Amazon to which any particular category. Then there is Facebook, then there is Alphabet, which is more famously known as Google, and these are supposed to be again communication services, but largely for most of us these are technology giants. Now it's very important that if you see all their parameters, all these 5 companies, if you see the parameter as to how much is their turnover according to the assets which they have, and you were to judge them by the return on assets or by the sales to assets ratio, they will look terribly overvalued. Please remember, none of these companies make anything physically. Even Apple, which looks like a company which is a manufacturing company, doesn't do the manufacturing itself. It is done through third parties. And these 5 companies are today approximately 25% of S&P, right? So that is the domination of an industry like this. And very, very sad and important that this is not captured by our books. What is the strength of these companies? Obviously, it is the technology, it is the system, it is the people, it is the interconnectivity, the networks. None of this is captured by your balance sheet. Your balance sheet still says, oh, they have so many laptops and so many buildings, etc. That is not what is adding value to these companies. You take away all their physical infrastructure, you give them their people and all their systems in place, which means all the operating systems, etc. in place. They can rebuild in no time. Whereas let's say you destroy a cement factory, it takes a long time to put up a cement factory. Whereas for these companies, they will come up in a jiffy as long as they have their software and the systems in place, and it is very likely because they will have a backup, right? So assets do not matter now, but what we capture in our balance sheet is still assets, right? We still look at ROA. If assets don't matter, why are we looking at ROA? All your analysis misses one point. What is the quality of relationship? What is the quality of people they have? How much do they spend on training? How much do they retain? How much is the attrition? Right? All these things matter. How well do they hold the clients? How much data of clients they are using and how much they are misusing? What happens if there is some legislation somewhere which says, I don't know how I can stop Facebook and Google, but I will say that Facebook and Google won't be available beyond 8 hours a day. What happens if these kind of restrictions are put on these companies, right? We have no clue whether something like this will happen, because earlier companies could say, or countries could say, you cannot import an American car, or you can import an American car only through this port and the duty will be 300%, right? You could do those things, whereas now you cannot stop Facebook and Google from coming into your house, but you can say we will stop them during 7 in the evening to 11 in the morning or something like that, right? Can that happen? We do not know. But one thing is very clear, that accounting has to evolve. Shouldn't all this be incorporated in the financial statement, and should not we be giving lesser importance to assets in the balance sheet of such companies where it doesn't matter at all, and the things which matter are not being captured? So this is a gap between what is happening in accounting and what is happening in real world. We will need to do something about it very quickly. Thank you.